Chuck T's on my feet, I'm at your front door. Your roof cost 15 grand, I get it for the low. If you got damage, I'll let you know the process you go through to get a new roof, bro. Catch me in Illinois. Yeah, I'm on the Roof Trollz. We went to church one day and my daddy was like, what you remember from church? And I'm like, nothing, because I fell asleep in church. And I got a whooping that day. And ever since that day, I ain't never fell asleep in church again. But I got a whooping that day and he was like, you know all these rap songs, but you can't remember no Bible verses. And like, I think Travis Hunter is more valuable on defense because he can play that corner position so instinctively. It's crazy.
I mean, think about it, like, again, and I'm talking about someone that only does this on offense, but like a Taysom Hill. Like, he's one of the most athletic, like, phenomenal NFL players to play.
Yeah, but he can't play no position.
And arguably the biggest cheat code ever in the history of fantasy football.
I tell sales reps all the time, you got to get to this place to where you stop selling roofs and you got to start selling perspectives. Once I change how you view your problems, you'll make a new decision. But we too fixated on selling them a roof, I can get you a roof, I can do this, insurance company gonna do this. I'm like, man, all they hear is words and they still view their problem from the same perspective, which is I'm good.
Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh.
You are now tuned in to the best roofing podcast in the world.
The Roof Trollz.
Here we go.
We're back. We are back. As you guys know now, the cat's out the bag. Romans is struggling over here. We can't afford a light bill.
So use us. We need money.
Yeah, we need your help. That's why we got Dashaun on here with our last little bit of change we had. We're reaching for a miracle. That or the power went out because the storms were so severe and it ruined our podcast. But that's okay because we're gonna bounce back. And we got Dashaun back in here, guys.
Yes, sir. We made a commitment, so we got to finish it, baby. I'm strapped up. Just got out of the field. Just got done hitting the doors with the team. We just closed a few deals. I think we grabbed like 3 of them real quick. So that was nice on a Saturday evening. But yeah, man, it's nice to be back on the Roof Trollz, baby. We got you. You know, we couldn't leave the podcast unfinished, so got to execute.
100%. And we were doing it was off to such a good...
Bro, we was in a groove.
Yeah. It sucks to have to bounce back from that now. It's like we set the bar all the way up here, and now we got to follow ourselves up.
It was it was getting in flow. It was getting in a good sync, a good rhythm, and then boom.
Actually, I disagree. That's why I have the laptop out today to fact check you guys when, things ain't right. Because we're going to get on some fun shit today. We're not just going to talk about knocking doors.
Fair.
We're going to talk about some other
no,
stuff.
I want to dive in. I do want to recap real quick,
and
though.
We're live on stuff.
I think that right now for the people, because there's a lot of people watching that are on your page. There's a lot of people are watching that might be interested in using your services.
Yep.
So what I want to say is this is actually my favorite part of the entire process, of which, by the way, I've sat in on all the training. I enjoy it. It's very fun. But this part now, well, for those that don't know and for the owners watching or that follow the Roof Trollz or anything, this is the coolest part about what Dashaun does because he has assessed the guys. He's brought most of them through one-on-ones individually. He's learned about these people that we have employed by us, which we already know are wonderful people. But he's gotten to dive in really deep with some of the things that they don't want to share with us on a normal basis, a day in and day out basis. Some do, some don't. The point is that now he's going to bring us, to the gauntlet in a way. Like we need to be held under a microscope now. Like, hey, how do we become better leaders? This is, he's learned this about this guy and we're failing them in this way, or maybe we're doing things well and we need to double down on it. But I really like that aspect of it. So can you explain to people what I'm saying, like how you evaluate and where it goes to?
Yeah. So one thing I do that most trainers and coaches don't do within our industry is I sit down when I come out with a sales team. I do one-on-ones with every single sales rep. And it's usually go for an hour at a normal company. When you got a big company like y'all, it's 20 reps. We do 30 minutes. Make them fill out an evaluation sheet, strengths, weaknesses, areas I need to improve, new skills I want to develop. And we sit down and unpack that for 30 to 45 minutes, right? And I get to really dive a little bit deeper than sales. I get to get into their world as humans and, how they move, how they operate. And then once I sit down and do the one-on-ones with everybody, I give them strategies that can help them deal with any situations that they're going with in their life. But then most importantly, when I sit down with the leadership team, like you said, I give the company a genuine pulse on their sales team. That way they can actually come back out of this weekend and have new things ready to implement that serves the team even better to help them go to that next level. Because unfortunately, salespeople, like everybody say they keep it real and be honest, but they just doing good. We okay. We doing good when it comes to dealing with homeowners. And I get them to go a little bit, not homeowners, when it comes to dealing with the leadership team. And I get them to go a little bit layers deep so I could really figure out what's wrong. So now when I talk to the leadership team, I can give them practical things of how to really help these guys improve.
It's the best, dude. It's the best. That's why we have you out here for a second time.
Mm-hmm.
The first time we were really blown away by the entire process. So like the training speaks for itself. We already know, you've been speaking at events for years. You're well known in the industry for that aspect of it. But I don't think that people really understand that when you're coming to an office, you're not bringing the same stuff that everybody else is bringing, or that most of the door-to-door coaches are bringing. It's like, you bring a pitch, but it's not, we don't spend 2 days talking about a pitch and going out there and reading off that 100%. It's more of a psychological part, the aspect of sales that a lot of people don't understand, because I always say simple, not easy. And you brought it up in your training. It's like, this is very hard. It's a very difficult thing.
Yeah.
Even when you're good at it, all that means is that you've taken the time to master a craft that is very difficult regardless for people who don't know how to do this. And I think that you kind of open up that other side to them. Like even the greatest pitches in the world, it's more complex than that to close a deal. Just because someone liked you, or just because someone, heard you out, doesn't mean anything. Like there's body language involved in this. There's a vibe involved in this. There's a level of like respect amongst each other that you have to do things. You got to get people to drop their guard. You have to get people to love you. And you have to do all of that in a couple minutes.
Yeah. Man, we had a dude today that we stopped him in the yard. He's like, oh, y'all Romans, y'all down in Hobart, Hubert. How you say it?
Hobart.
Right? Yeah. One of the guys, Nick was pitching him. He told Nick no twice. I've already peeped that the dude was kind of like a little bit more detail oriented, right? Because he's like, nah, man, I'm going to do my research, which we covered it today. I'm like, oh, research, bet. So instead of telling him stories, I went the educational route, because he said he got up on his roof on his own, right? So I went to saying like, hey, this is the thing about it. When you get up there, you can have these things called zippering. Even though you're single settled, you can get up there. Sometimes they can be zippering. Sometimes insurance company can deem that as storm damage, right? And then I took it a layer deep. I said, what you do for work? He was like, I help people build their brand. I said, oh, man. I said, how many people you meet who tell you that they brand awesome? And then you look at it and you say, yeah, but he's like, yeah, you're right. You can go ahead and look at it. Because I'm like, you're a brand expert. We roofing experts, bro. Why you trying to? Because that's what people do with you with your brand. They tell you like, nah, we good. We know what we doing. And then after we was done, Nick was like, dang, man, that was good. I wouldn't have went that route. And I'm like, yeah, because I tell sales reps all the time, you got to get to this place to where you stop selling roofs and you got to start selling perspectives. Once I change how you view your problems, you'll make a new decision. But we too fixated on selling them a roof. I can get you a roof. I can do this. Insurance company gonna do this. I'm like, man, all they hear is words, and they still view their problem from the same perspective, which is I'm good. Once I show them how to look at it different, now they can make new decisions. So like you said, it's so much deeper than just knocking the door and door-to-door sales. And most companies that I work with, they always impress. I just did roof doctors a few weeks ago, and they was like, man, this completely, we didn't even expect all of this. We thought you were just going to come out with us and just blitz every day.
That was the first impression that we had, because I didn't know. I was like, man, I know it's probably not that, but I was like, but let's do it. I was like, I know who he is, and I know it's going to be, impactful, because you can connect with, we've talked about this. You can connect with people of all different variants, like just all different types of people on every level. So it's like, all right, well, let's bring somebody, not only that, but you do what you say you're going to do. So like, let's bring him out here. And then, we were blown away too. Like, oh, I like the fact that you do all the extra stuff too with us outside of it, because as owners, we're excited to get you out here, but then we don't want to interfere either. I don't want to overstep my bound. I don't want to sit there. You got to do your one-on-ones. I got to be away from that. You're going to be out in the field working with the guys. I need to be away from that too, because they've heard me. They've heard my way. They need to see your way, and then thank God some of our things do actually align together. So then they're hearing it from somebody else. Like, oh, okay, maybe Elijah isn't that stupid, you know? So that's my hopes, at least, on some of them.
Well, the edification is key, right? I used to do multi-level marketing, and edification is everything. And that's why we come through and edify the leaders on day one and let them know, like, hey, these people care about you. They want to invest into you. And then the edification double downs on y'all leadership. And then, like you said, after the weekend, once we come through and I give y'all the real pulse of what people saying and how we can get better, then after the weekend and they see y'all make the shifts, they're like, oh man, these people care. They're not just like do more work, but they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna make the adjustments for y'all. So I'm excited for dinner tonight too, so I can kind of fill y'all up on the speed of, you know, what I've been hearing and what people been saying and how we can best serve everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
And dinner's going to be fucking awesome.
I'm excited.
Dude, it is going to be so good. Like, it because it's new. Like, I think that's what has to do with it. But they have, like, aged steak and stuff there. And I live for it, dude. I live for it. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and I just love me a good blackjack table, man. So
yeah, it's going to be fun. If anybody watching right now has not visited Hard Rock Casino in Gary, Indiana, I know it sounds weird. It's in Gary, Indiana, guys. But I'm telling you right now, very beautiful place. It's right off the expressway, and the steak house that's inside there is amazing.
Yeah, I just thought I'd add real quick because I put a comment out there like we'll take questions and comments today, and we have some fan out here called Angelo Saya who keeps putting comments down. I don't know. I mean, is this a friend of yours or something? Like,
well, he used to be a host on the Roof Trollz, and he's in the intro. He actually gets uppercutted by you over a roof. And we love Angelo, but
well he should, right?
Angelo had some things going on at his house, and he's really skinny. And I don't know what that has to do with anything, but it plays a factor somehow.
Amen.
Yeah, but we love Angelo. But we're gonna let you get to the fun, Mike. Let's hear a little bit about Dashaun from Dashaun outside of Roof Hustlers.
Yeah, let's find out a little bit about you. And if anyone in the chat wants to comment and ask questions,
do we got any questions yet?
Not yet. Everyone's just making comments right now. But that's why I'm trying to look like I'm doing something tonight.
Mike's manifesting.
I like it.
I'm trying to be. Hey, this is how we get people engagement and get people. Oh, look at our biggest fan. He's outside right now looking at us.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
we did go live randomly, so we didn't prep anybody. So
that's
love
the
that.
best though. Who's our true fans? No, I'm just kidding, guys. I know
supporters, right?
And look, now he's trying to come in the door and screw everything up. But all right, so let's talk, Dashaun. Let's talk about like fun stuff that you like to do. What do you do outside of roof hustling? And not professionally, it has to be like fun stuff.
No, yeah. What we do outside of roof hustling, right? Is I make music. I've been making music since I was 8 years old. That's probably my passion, right? Love performing. Done been on stage in front of like hundreds of people. Started making mixtapes when I was like, 15 years old. Yeah, when the MacBooks first came out, and we used to be in the closet, dog. Like we used to be in the closet, no phone or nothing, just in the closet, just got a bunch of clothes around us.
Kelly, right?
Nah. That's funny. But we started making music at 15, started taking it serious at 18, went off to college, and played football as well. Got injured, and when I got injured, I just sat in my room and I just made music all day. Dropped a mixtape. We was broke then, so we all went to Walmart, probably like 10 deep, stole a bunch of blank CDs, like stuffed them down our pants and like ran out of Walmart, and went back to the dorm, burned all these CDs, bro. We probably burned about 300 CDs, dog. Like everybody took a
Did you have one of those towers or?
Yeah. Everybody took a stack. And we all went in our own separate rooms and burnt the CDs until we got everything done. We sold each mixtape for like $500, bro. We made not $500, $5, $3, $5, and we made almost like $400 to $500, dog. Just like
you still have any left though?
Nah, obviously they all gone.
No. Do you even have like any
How much would you pay
copies?
to get on one of those right now? How much would you pay to get your hands on one of those original?
Bro. I think that mixtape that we made was called Get Right or Get Left. And I pay $500 for one easy just to have it.
So you don't have a single copy?
Nah.
Do you have it like saved anywhere?
No.
Like, really?
Yeah, because we was young. We was 18, bro.
You're
like,
going to hear that album come out and then you're gonna be like, hey, man, hold on a minute now.
They're going to be like, you said 500, right? But we was young and dumb, bro. So we was just out there just hustling, just making music, just having a ball. It's me and two other homies from Florida. And we used to just sit in the room. Back then we used to smoke a lot of weed. We would just fire some weed, sit in the room, and just record on the laptop, dog. And it's just be like, hey, shut up, he recording. And everybody in the room had to be quiet because the MacBooks was so like sensitive. Yeah, so make music and I love to perform. I'm just a performer at heart. Went to performing art school since I was a kid. So I used to do monologues. I used to do ballroom dancing. I used to do acting. I used to do all those things. So, you know, that's why door-to-door sales was just so natural to me because I've always loved performing. But yeah, music probably my favorite thing in my life, man. I remember I was a kid and we went to church one day and my daddy was like, what you remember from church? And I'm like, nothing, because I fell asleep in church, right? So my dad's like, what you remember from church? I'm like, nothing. And I got a whooping that day. And ever since the day, I ain't never fell asleep at church again. But I got a whooping that day, and he was like, you know all these rap songs, but you can't remember no Bible verses. And like, I just love music, man, since I've been a kid. First album I ever got was Lil Wayne, Lights Out, when I was 10 years old. My mom bought me the explicit version, but he couldn't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? So just music, that's my thing, man.
Well, hold on real quick. So your dad that told you, what did he say?
He said you can't remember these Bible verses, but you can remember all these rap songs.
And then in your training, you have a part in there where you say that you can't remember your scripts, but you guys know all these rap songs. Don't even make you no money, and you guys know all those songs.
Exactly.
Did you get that? Did you implement that in there? Maybe subconsciously.
Subconsciously, because I'd never thought about that till you just said that.
Well, just hit on me, like because we just went through it today. I'm like, oh shit.
Nah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you correct, and that's what sales reps do, right? They invest time and energy in the things that don't make them money, and then the thing that can make them a bunch of money, they like barely do it. You know,
it's like the Bronx Tale where he said, "Does Mickey Mantle pay your bills?"
I ain't never seen a Bronx Tale.
Really?
Nah.
You've seen a Bronx Tale.
Yeah.
We're big movie guys.
Well, he's trying to talk gangster flicks. He's bringing up the wrong gangster flicks. Well, Juice.
Yeah, I done seen Juice.
Yeah, a Belly.
Menace to Society.
Menace
Belly.
to Society.
Right, yeah.
South Central.
Blue Hill Avenue.
What's wrong with all the
Hamburger
Mafia
Hill?
flicks, man? I'm kind of
I
offended
love
right now. Oh, okay.
I probably get ridiculed, but I've never seen The Godfather either.
I've seen it all over the place. But yeah,
I'll be okay. I won't ridicule you, but I will be honest with you. You probably should sit down and watch it.
I need to go watch it.
The first two. Third one's cornballs. First two are good.
I gotta go
First
watch it.
one's awesome, but it's an actual film. It's like No Country for Old Men. You're gonna get what you want out of it, but they're gonna make you earn it. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna watch and have to pay attention to names, dialogue, understand the story, and then get it. I think you'll like it.
It's long.
Actually, you'll
I
like
agree.
it a lot.
Well, I heard great things about it, so I want to go watch it. It almost remind me of what's that new movie that it came out years ago, maybe like 5-6 years ago with what's his name that played in Meet the Fockers?
Ben Stiller?
No, the other one, the daddy,
De Niro.
Robert De Niro is like Al Pacino.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
It was
Irishman or something like that. Yeah. That movie, like that same thing. I feel like it made you get deep into it. Like, But yeah, I got to go watch The Godfather. That's something
And
I got to get done.
Goodfellas too. Good because you can watch that in one.
Well, you've seen Goodfellas, right?
Maybe bits and pieces of it.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, I ain't never
See,
really
that's
sat
one you
down
get
and
in
watched
casinos. Like
I think Goodfellas is the best gangster film of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
Of all
go
time.
watch it.
and you don't have to watch 3 of them. You only have to watch one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now I'm going to go watch
Yeah.
it.
Ray Liotta, he's the man in that one.
Oh yeah, all of them are, dude.
Pesci.
Yeah, he's the man in that. Yeah.
Pesci's the man in that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I take that back. Yeah, Pesci's the guy.
That's a good flick.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite rapper of all time?
Lil Wayne,
Is it Lil Wayne?
period.
Who's your favorite rapper outside of Lil Wayne then, I guess?
My
I
favorite.
know you like Rick Ross.
Love Ross. My favorite rapper outside of Lil Wayne, that's really tough. It probably might be Love Rick Ross, but like I'm a lyrical guy, right? I'm not a beat guy. I don't love good beats. I love good rappers, right? That's my thing. So like love Lil Wayne. I love Currency. Love Rick Ross. Love Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher, my dude. But yeah, I probably say Wayne, and then I'll probably say Ross. Rick Ross. Love Rick Ross. Young Jeezy was definitely one of my favorite rappers growing up. He made me want to sell drugs as a kid.
Dude.
Yeah, when I was 14, you couldn't tell me I want to go buy like an 8-ball. Like that was, you know what I mean? Like, and put it at the grandma's house.
That's Angelo's guy too, moving to the Super 8, sell some Super Plates.
And put it at my grandma's house, right? You know what I mean? So
I throw that song up a lot on my story. My guy is Big X right now, but I throw that up a lot on my story.
Young Jeezy was that guy.
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
Thug Motivation 101. Like, when I think of Roof Hustlers, I think of Young Jeezy because I'm like, I'm here to motivate the hustlers. Just like Young Jeezy was here to motivate the thugs, That's how I look at it. I'm here to motivate the hustlers, right? And one of my favorite things that Young Jeezy said, and it's like gold teeth, grills, dog, that don't make you no gangster. He's like, what make you a gangster is standing up for what you believe in. Like, it ain't about, toting guns and all that stuff. It's about having a belief and not like compromising that for anybody else. That's what a real gangster is. And I was like, man, I respect that, because everybody think gangster mean like bang, bang, shoot 'em up, doing street stuff. But like a real gangster is standing up for what you believe in any scenario or any situation. Like, you don't fold.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I love him. I love Nipsey too, but he had the same message. He's the same guy.
Love Nipsey Hussle. Yeah. And I was late to the party.
For Nipsey I was too, but not for Big X. I was early. That 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Now he's like super popular, but he's just awesome.
You guys are making me feel real old. I just looked something up. I remember the first rap videos I remember watching as a kid. Walk This Way, Run DMC, 1986. Were you guys even alive then?
I was born in 86.
I remember that video on MTV, like one of the first rap videos on MTV, because MTV didn't really play rap music back in the day. Michael Jackson kind of had to pave the way.
Wasn't that the rock song?
Walk
This Way?
Yeah, Aerosmith
They
was
did
the
it with
original
Aerosmith, right?
artist. Oh, look who decided just to
I
show.
always say that if I could go back in time, because a lot of people talk about that, like if you go back in time, and you could do one concert or whatever like that, on my list, and it would be hard, and I'm not even that big of a Run DMC fan, but I mean, I love the Beastie Boys, but when they went to Madison Square Garden, and it was Run DMC and the Beastie Boys in like 1989. Scott Van Pelt from SportsCenter, he always talks about it, but that show, that would have been the shit.
I bet.
To see that. Just think about the scene too. The 80s was ending. Everybody was dressed cool. People were dancing, and it was just, it was a vibe in there. I bet that whole thing was just like a vibe.
But after watching like NWA, I'm like, that probably had to be a concert. Like, if I had to go back in time, I would have wanted to be a part
to the
of
one they set off in Detroit?
Yeah.
The real one?
Yeah.
And
like,
they said, don't play it?
Yeah. And they played the F the Police
Yep.
song. Like, I can only imagine how, like...
Same with Biggie, too. Imagine being in L.A. when he's played Who Shot You.
When he played Who Shot You.
Yeah. They were booing him all stuff. He's like, all right, just go ahead and run it.
Just
then.
run it,
Yeah.
man. And I miss that rap. Like, I miss that type of rap music, and just... I miss when you had to have legitimate talent to get on and not just be a trend. And now it's just like a song popular on TikTok, and now you blow up, and it's like, oh, I love this guy. Whereas back in the day, like, you had to put the work in, dog. Like, you had to have legitimate bars, good lyrics. And now I feel like it's just more of like a trendy, what's the hottest song right now, but not who the best rapper.
Yeah, the lyrics were more musical, like back in the day, as opposed to now it's very track focused, and just throwing some stuff.
What can we
on
get
there.
people to post on their TikTok?
Yeah.
What year did you write The Epitome of the Hustler?
I wrote that last year.
What? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I did that last year.
No, because you were sharing video. When? In the beginning of the year? Because I use that clip sometimes too. Mostly whenever I'm engaging with you on there. But like, it was on before you came out to it on your keynote, which was cool, by the way.
I did it December. I made it in December of 2023.
Okay, so then it was.
Yeah, we recorded
very
in December of
beginning of it then
2023
last
because it say 7 years, and we just hit 8 years this year. So I did it in December of 2023. At least that was the idea, and then we didn't drop it until like May or June of last year, 2024.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Cameron inspired that. So Cameron and Mace, they got their Is What It Is podcast, and every season, Cameron would get on mic and he just drop a freestyle. I don't know if you ever watched it, but like every time,
I haven't. But
you never
I
watched their podcast?
No,
it's really good. But every time, and it's a sports podcast, but it's like really urban. And every time
good.
before they do a new season, he just like get posted up on the podcast. And he just drop a freestyle, and I was like, "Damn, that's a good ass idea." And I'm like, I rap. I know how to rap. I've been doing this for like my whole life. So I was like, you know what? Since we're going on year 7 of Roof Hustlers, I'm just gonna drop a freestyle to kind of tie all the 7 years together, and that's what inspired me to do it.
I think that's a segue into something right now.
Oh,
you might have to do a freestyle.
Our mouth is so funny.
Hey, I'm on it today. Like I like it. I'm feeling everything today.
We can talk about it a little bit. So the idea being tossed around that maybe perhaps
we read a rap.
Wait, hang on. No, let's save that for another day.
You want to save it?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
You know, because they could always cause, issues.
I don't think so.
I think we should go back to the freestyling.
Are we writing a rap?
Anyway, I
don't
don't
write a rap song.
We don't know what we're gonna do with
No,
the Roof
we're
Trollz
never.
as far as seasons go. But are we gonna do a season, or is it something that we roll through? If you do get creative and we do a season, do we change up some things? Or do we just keep going and roll through? That's basically what it is. But we could save all that to announce it later. It doesn't make a difference. I want to get to what everybody came here for. I want to get down to it right now. This is what we're all here for.
What we out here for?
What's the record for the Dolphins?
Wait,
What do the
happened?
Dolphins do?
We
What are
went
the
from
Dolphins doing this
freestyling
year?
to the Dolphins.
Yeah, we're done with that.
Man,
What
my
are
guy
the
wants
Dolphins
to.
doing?
He wants to give.
Oh,
some,
you wanna-
he
you wanna-
wants-
No,
Yeah,
our
it was-
Malice wanted to hear these bars. I don't got
yeah.
no.
I was trying to bail him out because you just put him on the spot right now.
Well,
right
Well,
here.
that's what.
That's the only downside when you tell people you rap. They're like,
Yep.
"Let me hear you rap."
Well, but hey, are you a rapper?
I am.
Are you a freestyler?
Well, I used to rap, but I know how to rap.
Are you a freestyler?
I was a freestyler. That was
you
my
are.
thing.
See now, okay. But usually, if someone says it and they drop it, what was the dude's name that we saw at Door to Door Con? That guy would just
Come on, bro.
No, I'm not
You
trying
know
to
he's
Talking about Kenny Brooks.
No, bro. He's talking about
no,
the
he
TikTok
good.
guy. No,
He
I know he's
good.
really, but I'm saying, here's your chance. Just let it go.
good.
Mac, Harry
But-
Mac.
like
Yeah,
Elsa
he's
would
talking about
say.
Harry Mac's ridiculous.
What did she say? Let it go.
Yeah.
He good. You know what? Hold on, Malice. Hold up.
You can even use my name in if you want.
I like
Oh
it.
yeah, I'm sure you can. Hey, if you want to name drop me, go ahead, play it.
We just got to be real, right? Because
Yeah.
it's what I do, right? So it's like, that's what I can do. So it's let's go. Chuck T's on my feet. I'm at your front door. Your roof cost 15 grand. I get it for the low. If you got damage, I'll let you know the process you go through to get a new roof, bro. Catch me in Illinois. Yeah, I'm on the Roof Trollz. Got your girl at my house. She a bed troll. After I'm done, I make her smoke a pre-roll. Go to the fridge, in that beer ice cold. Whoa, it's they ho, if you didn't know. From the foe, pocket full of dough. But I ain't with Pillsbury, no. From Florida, that's right below Georgia. I got some homies that'll come and serve you like a waiter at the Hard Rock, that one in Tampa. Shit.
Hey, that was good. Hey, come on, man.
I'll give it
Just
to
a
you.
little something.
You
Just a
didn't even
little
have any
something.
music or
No,
anything.
No
yeah.
music.
I know. I was about to say, hey, Rebus, can you give us a track? But
We get a beat, I'll really turn it up.
I was gonna
I really turn it up on the beat. You know what I mean?
am I
Well,
putting people on the
if it
Rebus,
was
can-
later, we'd get a few drinks, and I guarantee you'd be setting it up then.
Oh yeah, we really, it's just, just
Yeah,
get it out there.
Yeah,
you know?
we might get in on it.
Yeah, I don't know if we've had any pre-rolls yet, so
Yeah,
I still got a rap that I remember since I was like 16 years old.
I have a pre-roll in the truck.
Oh my god!
Right?
Wait,
yeah. We're in Illinois right now, just so you guys know.
Indiana.
So that's legal.
Because we never used to write the raps. Like we always,
We're in Illinois right now.
My
we just
bad.
premeditated them. Like we never wrote them. We just come up with them in our head and then we put them on the beat. So,
So I don't know I don't know how true this is about Wayne, but I'm sure you know it too. He doesn't. He apparently he doesn't write down his songs.
I believe that because I don't write mine.
Yeah, that's. But think about how many songs he's got.
Yeah, but the way he do his, he'll have it. He'll be in his room with his beats, and he'll get like 4 bars, lace them, keep playing it, come up with another like 6-8 bars, lace them, put the whole thing together. Then he just keep like dropping them like that. But it's not like a genuine just get on the track and just go brrrr and do a whole song like that.
Yeah, see, I'm old, so I don't get the Wayne, but I've heard about what he does for his craft, and that's like that's the shit how he is. Like
I love the ones
Like,
that can
that's
get on
like
there and just
artist.
do that.
Yeah,
though.
that's-
What's that show that has him with Sway? When they put him on, dude. I love. Is that the podcast that you're talking about? No, it's not.
No.
What's
That's
that?
Sway in the
That's
morning.
radio show.
Oh, it's
Sway in
so
the morning.
good, dude. But
I like that,
when
yeah.
they had a little Dicky on there, like,
Yeah.
dude, he just went off. That song, it's so ridiculous. They have had some really good people, and that's when they outed Drake when they're like trying to get him to go on there. He just wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, because Drake usually got his written. Drake ain't really no freestyler.
Yep.
Yeah,
Speaking
Drake's
of-
one of those guys that would just probably go in and have someone write stuff for him.
Yeah.
And
So you
I
don't
don't
listen
think nothing wrong with
to
that.
you don't listen to Kendrick? Like you
Yeah,
talked about like
I like Kendrick
lyrical
too.
guys. I like Kendrick a lot.
I love Kendrick. He just never was like, he's not just one of my favorite rappers.
I got you.
I like him though. Good Kid, Mad City. I love all that stuff.
Kevin Gates. I know Elijah. He's big into Kevin Gates.
I
I
do
like
love
Kevin
Kevin
Gates a lot
Gates.
too.
I love Gates too. Yeah. I think when you're from the South, bro, it's a different demeanor, right? Like, I've been listening to Lil Wayne since I was 8 years old.
Yeah, Chameleonaire.
Yeah. Hey, you see me rolling. But yeah, you know. But yeah, for the record, I think the Dolphins this year, we're gonna go 11-6.
You want to run through the schedule?
It don't matter.
I can pull it up here.
Yeah, Mike, pull it
I
up
got to
for
do
us.
some work, right? Oh, by the way, while I'm looking this up, Jay Bradley wanted to ask a question. He wanted to know what MLM you used to work with.
I used to
Probably
do Amway, baby.
You're down in
Amway.
Florida. I'm sure it was Amway.
Amway, baby. Listen, that anyway money. You're gonna spend this money anyway. You might as well put it back in your own pockets. I tell people we prosumers, not consumers. Right?
You know what's
Okay.
crazy about Amway?
I
They
dig
teach
that.
you a lot. Like
They what?
they're training in Amway.
It's
to
next
sell,
level.
Like
Next level.
Like even if you don't want to do Amway, you should just sign up for Amway
the personal
to learn all the
development,
yep.
next level.
Yep.
They got their own online academy. Like they got their own website. You can go log in to watch other people do things. It's next level.
All right, let me pull this up here.
I love being in Amway. Only reason I stopped doing Amway because Roof Hustles took off. It's the only reason.
All right. You want to go game by game?
Come on.
All right, week 1. Let me just make sure this is in the preseason included in here. Okay. Week 1, we've got at the Indianapolis Colts.
Victory.
Who's their
All right.
quarterback now that the Colts? They signed
They
somebody.
got Richardson.
No. They signed someone to compete against them, or they drafted. Who did the Colts bring in?
It don't matter. Richardson going to be the starter.
Yeah, I think it's still going to be Anthony Richardson.
Richardson's terrible, but I'm not going to look him up. All right, week 2, the home opener for them.
The
New
Jets,
England
I bet.
Patriots.
Oh, win.
That's probably a win.
Tua ain't never lost to them.
All right, so you're saying 2-0 right
2-0.
now. All right. Who's going to be the Dolphins quarterback week 1?
Tua.
Is he going to survive? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Week 3, at Buffalo.
We going to win too.
That's a loss,
But you know what, though? It is like a typical
It's early in the
Dolphins
year,
start.
bro. We
At
only play.
Buffalo.
The Dolphins do usually start off like they're always off to a hot start.
What is the gray area about us in Buffalo? We only play Buffalo in the winter. We never play Buffalo in the beginning of the year. So we usually play them in the cold. That's why we typically lose.
All right, so you think you got a chance this
I
year.
think we got
All
a good
right.
chance.
Week 4, home against the Jets.
1.
All right, this is
Worst case scenario, we 3-1 in that season, and we lost
Right.
to Buffalo.
the schedule is looking pretty soft right now. Week 5, they better win this one at Carolina.
Yeah, well,
That
Bryce Young elevated towards the
I'm
end of
about
the
to
year.
say he
but
looks
we're gonna
like a
beat them
different
too.
guy. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
he's
good.
going to have a good season.
yeah, but they have no
Yeah.
running backs over there.
They got a stud running back.
Who?
He was hurt. The rookie that
he's
they
out for the
drafted.
year again. He may have to retire.
Oh, damn.
Jonathan Brooks.
Yeah.
he might be done for his career.
Was that what
he's
they
out
said?
again for the year
Oh,
already?
my God.
Yeah, they drafted someone. I forgot who though.
Yeah.
Week 6 at home against the Chargers. That'll be a tough one. Harbaugh brings it in, and he got a running back in the draft this year. I don't remember who though. That's a tough one though.
I like that victory too, though.
All right, week 7. This should be a win too at Cleveland.
That might be tough, but I think we could pull that off. Right now, based on my predictions, we 7-1. Worst case scenario, we lost to Buffalo.
Well, that was only week 6 or 7, so you're 6-1. But week 8, you'll probably be 7-1 if you're holding true at Atlanta. Not sure how
I don't
Atlanta's
know.
going
That's
to
gonna
look
be
this
a
year.
good one.
Bro, I
That's gonna
think
be
Atlanta's
tough.
going to be a very good team.
Atlanta gonna be fire.
Yeah.
You
That's
think
gonna be tough.
Who's it? Penix Jr. is their quarterback.
Yeah, and they still got
Bijan.
Bijan Robinson.
Yep.
What you call it coming around real
Kyle
nice. They
Pitts.
received
Yeah, but they're-
Kyle Pitts.
they're-
Yeah.
Their line-
Kyle Pitts finally started
Line's
playing
not
like Kyle
very good
Pitts.
though, and the defense is man.
I still like us beating them.
That
Though.
line's not terrible.
So that means we playing the NFC South this year, but I like us beating them.
Yeah. All right, week 9 at home, the Ravens.
We lost that one.
Lamar.
I
Yep.
give us that loss.
All right, week 10 at home against Buffalo. That's a tough. Ooh, this is a real tough stretch.
This one
coming
to
up.
get
I'm not
rough,
done
huh?
yet.
We
at
might
home
lose.
against Buffalo.
We might lose that one. So right now we about what 6-3.
I'll give you 7-3 that you said. That was week 10. All right, week 11 at home. 3 home games in a row. 3 tough opponents in a row. The Commanders.
Oh, we gonna beat them.
They may be the Redskins again by then. There's already talk about them
We
going
gonna
back
beat
to
the
the
Commanders.
Redskins.
Real quick, they need to do that anyway.
Yeah,
They didn't even run it past. I was like, all right, well, maybe that makes sense. But then the Native Americans, as soon as they got upset about it, we should have just switched it right back. Like it should have went right back to it. Like if they thought that honored him in some way, that what are we doing?
They
Like,
thought it honored the Redskins.
Yeah, that's what they said. They said that the logo. I don't want to chop his name up, so I'm going to try to remember it. But they said that he was a warrior for them and a very compassionate man.
And that was
to them, that was like an honor to have him.
They were pissed,
like that.
'Cause,
Yeah.
in hockey, we have the Blackhawks still, and they related it to that, and they were like, "You keep." It was somebody made like a big post about, maybe it was on Twitter, but they were basically saying what Elijah said, but then was like, it was a joke at the end, like, you keep taking from us, like, you can't
That's
even
hilarious.
let us have this. Like,
That's hilarious.
It was
Well, that's what happened when
It's a bunch of Karens.
That's what happened. Everybody gets soft now. You can't call nobody the G word. You can't call nobody the.
Well, you can't say the R word, and then that's what sucks with us. Is like we're so guilty of that. Like I wish I didn't. Yeah, I wish I didn't say that word as much as I do.
The RE word, like RE.
Yeah,
I
apparently
agree.
that's a bad word now. I'm like, okay, I'll just own it. I own it and move on.
Growing up, you say that all the time. Like, boy, you know, like,
I still say it all the time. He's not on here.
Yeah, I just can't.
All right, let's go back
ridiculous.
to politically correct side. Week 12, you got to buy. You got 4 home games in a row. That's pretty.
Yeah, bro, we finna have a good year.
Week 13, the Saints.
Money.
Yeah, they're a mess right now.
Who we playing?
Who they bring in for
no,
quarterback?
That Louisville
Anyone?
quarterback?
Yeah,
That Louisville quarterback?
No,
Louis.
yeah, they drafted him, but then Derek Carr retired.
I would have too.
Yeah.
Either way, victory.
Well, him and his brother got beat up. All right, week 14 at the Jets.
Victory.
Yeah, Justin Fields.
I don't care about the
They'll
Jets.
beat him up. He's terrible. Week 15.
I think they're going to be okay too.
Justin Fields is horrible. Week 15 at Pittsburgh.
They only got no quarterback.
Yeah, they're tough normally, but they ain't got a quarterback.
I think it's going to be Sharon Rodgers when this is all said and done.
I think he's going to retire. Why hasn't he picked a team yet?
He need to
Because
retire.
this is what he does.
Yeah.
He wants the attention. He wants people talking about him. Where's he going to go?
He like the white Kanye West, but that's besides.
I also think he's holding out for Minnesota. I think he's
That's
waiting
real
for
good.
them to decide what they're going to do. If they're going to throw him to the wolves, is he going to be ready? You know,
I thought
we
they
don't
brought
know.
in a backup in Minnesota.
No, he's gone now.
He's trying to do everything Favre did.
Yeah, well, he doesn't. I bet that's part of the holdup, though. But why? If I was a quarterback and Minnesota was even a possible destination, that's the move. That's the move. That's the best wide receiver in football, and then you get Jordan Addison as a backup.
Oh, they traded for Sam Howell. That's their
Yeah, but they
backup.
also have McCarthy, and he's
That's what I'm riding with McCarthy.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. No, but you get Rodgers for 1 year. Is McCarthy ready to go? He hurt himself, and first off, he's never thrown an NFL regular season pass. He looked like a rock star in the preseason, but the Bears are the preseason champions 3 years in a row.
Well, here,
What can he do on a Sunday and coming off a torn ACL in his second year and still has never seen game action speed?
well, here's the only issue with that. Now, guys, there are statistics backing up. The longer they sit, the better they are. But the issue with that
But
is
that person's getting reps.
yeah, no. But the issue with that is, so let's say JJ sits all again this year. So now you go into year 3. Let's say you make him the starter in year 3. By the end of that year, you have to decide if you're going to pick up his 5th-year option or not.
Well,
and
that's
that's
what
where
they
you
did with
save
Jordan.
all your money to build your team up.
That's what they did with Jordan Love, bro.
Yep.
So
I mean, it works. I'm just saying,
Kind of.
it makes it tough.
I think we saw Jordan Love ceiling, though.
no, Jordan Love was injured at the end of the year, and he kept playing. He shouldn't have played.
But I'm saying, though, I think that even at his peak, everybody just kept wanting more. He was supposed to be like an MVP. At his peak, they're like, that's it. That's what you have there.
Nah, I think he's going to a new level.
Yeah, I don't think he has the team around him to hit that next.
Oh
that
no,
next spot.
they finna.
I'll
do it
be a
this year.
homer, but the king of the north is Caleb right now.
Yeah.
He's going to make
Technically, the king of the
ridiculous strides.
north was
Jared
the boy
Goff.
that played for
Yeah, well,
Detroit.
Oh,
No.
Sam Darnold.
Minnesota. Yeah,
Yeah, he's in Seattle now, though.
they're
I
going to
know.
take a huge step back.
but yeah, technically it's Jared Goff.
All right, we'll finish up the Dolphins. Hey, man, they have a nice schedule. Late.
told you, bro, we
The
finna
second
go
half of the year, they're
11-7.
mostly home.
Bro, we finna go 11-7.
All right.
Worst case scenario.
Week 16, the Bengals.
We gonna lose because the Bengals be hot at the end of the year.
You know, and there's talks that they're possibly trading Hendricks to the Bears.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
that would be
I
nice.
give us that loss. I'd say we lose to Baltimore. We're gonna lose to Buffalo because we
Twice.
gotta lose one. No, we always get one. They lose one.
Yeah, it's a division game.
It's a division game, bro.
Well, here, let me finish up the last 2 weeks.
Oh, I thought that was it.
No, at home against Tampa.
We gonna beat Baker.
Yeah, and then week 18 at New England.
Oh, we taking that too.
That could be a trap game, though.
It could be, but we
because
gonna
New
beat
England
them.
might be playing for nothing, and you guys might be playing for something.
Nah, we two.
Well,
ain't
they
losing to
own
them.
they own the Patriots anyway.
Since Tua
Even
got
with
them.
Brady, you guys own the Patriots.
Brady got the most losses to the Dolphins.
Yeah, you can't beat the Dolphins.
All right, now we're going to go see what the three of us like.
So I'm just telling you, we're going 11-7. That's just how it's going. But that's besides the point. But it's gonna be a great year. By the time then, I'll be on the road. I gotta block off some games so I can make sure I go to the. I'm gonna go to that Bucks game for sure. My best friend, the Bucks game.
We need to get you to come with us. Dude, we got to do it. We have to organize the Washington game. You're gonna have to fly in there. We're gonna have to fly in there, and
Like we're going
have
to DC.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna have to see Washington and Chicago.
What
we
week
have
is
to
it?
see it.
Well,
What
here,
we
I'm going to
could-
do the Bears schedule right now. We're going to talk through this. We're going to let you pick
We'll
first.
talk off air about you because we already have a game plan for it.
Yeah.
All right, let me know. So I
All
can
right, so
adjust.
here we go. Bears regular season schedule right now. Week 1 at home against Minnesota.
That's a season kickoff too, isn't it? Monday Night Football?
Yeah,
for
Monday
that?
night.
I like Caleb Williams getting that W.
Yeah, I got a W with that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep.
So we all pick Bears 1-0.
Yeah, Ben Johnson makes a statement.
All right, week 2 at Detroit.
I like Detroit with that one.
Yeah, I think I do too.
I ain't gonna lie, they just good.
No, I think
No,
I
I
think we
think
start the
the
season
Bears
2-0.
guy. I think it would
Nah, I disagree. They're gonna have their whole defense back.
You have to also keep in mind the Bears have a whole new offensive line, and Ben Johnson
I don't
just
care
came
about
from
I
there.
don't care about none of that. Detroit gonna have their whole defense back. That's a whole different defense. Only reason they didn't win the Super Bowl last year because they had 14 defensive starters up. They would have won the Super Bowl last year if their defense did get hurt.
Yeah, but they lost coaching staff. They lost some talented. A lot of coaches, a lot of mind power in there.
Did Aaron Glenn
Dan
leave
Campbell's
too?
awesome, but there was a lot of people that left. Bellamy.
Was their defensive coordinator Glenn? Did he leave too?
Ben Johnson? No, I think. Well, maybe. The quarterbacks coach was what Byron Leftwich. I think he moved up.
Yeah, I think he's the offensive coordinator. He
Yeah, I
was
don't
the
know.
offensive coordinator
Maybe.
in Tampa when Brady was there too. So he did all right with Brady,
I like
but
Byron.
who doesn't?
Byron.
All
Well, I think
like
2-0.
All right, here we go. Week 3, the Cowboys at home.
I don't know, man. They
Chicago.
just got Pickens.
Well, the
Yeah.
Bears have to lose 2 stupid games a year, so I'll take that as my first one.
And the sucky part about it, Dak start the year off hot every year. When he's
Yeah,
not
that's going
injured,
to be like we lose by 3 points or something dumb like the last season.
There's always 2 games on our schedule where we just tank.
I think the Bears will beat Dallas but lose to Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
I
either
like
way,
that,
we're
though.
all
Yeah,
on the same page.
we're all 2-1.
Somehow we're coming out 2-1.
All right, week 4 at Vegas.
oh, I like
See,
Chicago.
I like Chicago. Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. I just think they're too young.
Who's their quarterback now? Who did they just get? They brought someone in.
Honestly, I have zero. I don't even know who's on the Raiders anymore.
They brought a quarterback in. I can't remember who. Oops. Sorry, guys. Week 5, the Bears are on a bye. Week 6, that's the game at Washington.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a tough
We
one.
win. We
take
win
that win.
in Washington.
Was that last year?
That's
or-
more
or
of a
was that
Caleb
two-
Williams redemption thing
That's
than it is a
exactly what
Bears
it's
thing.
gonna
Like
be.
Caleb goes out and shines.
Was that last year we were there or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Okay.
And last
Yeah.
year weren't we all watching the game?
Yeah.
We were
Well,
at
2 years ago, Justin Fields and DJ Moore put on the show.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And then the year after that was the our safety wants to talk shit to the fans instead
Yeah,
of
Stevenson.
swat down a fucking
Yeah.
bat a ball down.
All right. So who's winning week 6
Who they playing?
at Washington?
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna go with Washington just because I just think they're gonna come out hot this year.
This
I
is
got
my
Bears.
second favorite team. So
I think
it's
they're gonna
hard.
come out
They're
hot.
just such a fun team. But no, I think the Bears.
Bears.
I'm going to pick the Bears only because I think Washington was a fluke last year.
Well, it was. It was a. Well, we should have played better.
Was that the
leading
Hail
up
Mary
to-
game?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
It was a fluke. But
Yeah, we
I
should
think
have.
Jaden Daniels is gonna be
season-
better.
Their season in general.
Jaden
I
Daniels is good, like real good.
I think Caleb Williams is going to be better too, though.
I think there's going to be a sophomore slump for Jaden Daniels. No? Okay. Hey, what about CJ Stroud last year? He looked like a world beater, and last year he was, they made the playoffs, but he looked very mediocre.
He just came back down to earth, and
That's what's going to happen to Jaden Daniels. All right, let's go to week 7. We're at home against New Orleans. That should be a win.
that's a
Win.
New Orleans, I think, is going to be atrocious. this year.
Booty.
Week 8's a real tough one at Baltimore.
I like Baltimore.
Yeah, they probably. I mean, it's at their
It's
home,
in
so
Baltimore.
they probably beat us.
It's hard to because Derrick Henry, them boys, they come back for revenge, man.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson's hard to beat in the regular season. Like, he's like MVP almost every
He the Black
year.
Peyton Manning, man.
Yeah. All right.
Stat it up every year.
Man, it's a tough stretch
I
right
was gonna
here.
say I'm looking at this.
Week 9 at Cincinnati.
I like Cincy.
I think
See, we
get
might
another
lose
loss.
2 in a row. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Week 10 should be a win home against the Giants.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 We better win that game.
Week 11 at Minnesota. I already booked my flight. Thanks,
so
Ty
that's-
Adams. Shout out to you for always making sure I
So
go to
that's
the
the
game.
thing. We got to split with them. So we probably lose that one if we won Monday night.
So here's my thing. Before we go on, are we thinking we're splitting all the NFC North?
No. Nope.
Mm-mm.
I think we beat the Lions twice.
You think we take the Lions?
You
twice?
think y'all beat the Lions twice?
Twice.
I want to bet on that.
I think Ben Johnson's going to
I
look forward
want
to
to
it.
take that bet. Let's put a bet on that. Whatever we could figure that out. But I want to bet on that.
Okay.
I'd bet on it.
I want to bet on that.
See, that's the problem with the NFC North is that's why I had to ask that now.
We can figure
Because
something
we're
out of
getting into
Elijah, but I like that bet.
We're
We
getting
will
into the
split with
second
all of them
games.
except for 2. I think we sweep the Lions and the Packers.
the Packers.
Yep.
Do you guys know who the only NFC North undefeated team is in 2025?
Is it the Vikings?
It's the Bears. They won the last game at Lambeau at the end of the season. The
Oh,
Packers,
so
Vikings,
That's
they
what I'm
all
sitting here
lost.
like, what?
Hey, the Bears are 1-0 in 2025. That's all that matters.
That's one of them like,
And
there's
Caleb
5
Williams.
frogs on a log.
Yeah.
How many?
Hey, Caleb
How
Williams.
many?
That was like the first win in Lambeau in like 12 years or something.
Yeah.
So let's give it up for our Bears. All right, week 12 at home against Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh's going to have a rough year.
I don't like Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I
either.
think we got it.
Tomlin's first losing season, I think.
I think he gonna have the first losing season to get fired.
Get fired.
Yeah,
Really?
they wanted to fire him this year.
I know. Man, I would have been all
I
over
think they
that.
go 9-8. I think he somehow keeps it going.
Not if he don't get no quarterback in there.
Hey, anyone that get Mike Tomlin, they better jump at that.
I think Rodgers is going there.
I love Mike Tomlin. I just think they're gonna fire him.
It doesn't matter. Anyone who gets Mike Tomlin should jump at that.
I agree, but I think they're gonna Tony Dungy him. You keep getting us there, bro. We won a Super Bowl and they're gonna fire him.
Yeah, I mean, there's truth to that. I mean, that's you got to win. If you don't win
gotta
the big
win.
game, but they haven't, always brought in the best
NFL,
talent.
not for long.
Yeah.
He's been there long enough.
All right, week 13. Are the Eagles for real? It's at Philly. I mean, the Bears
Well,
are probably going to lose.
yes, the Eagles are
Eagles
for
winning
real,
that.
yeah.
Eagles
The
winning that.
Eagles probably do
No.
win
I
that,
mean, I think
but
they'll beat the Bears, but
that's tough.
are the Eagles going to possibly repeat, or are they going to be like the best team in the North?
They
It's
just
too
added
early
more
to
heat
say.
to that defense, dog.
We
That's
gotta wait
crazy.
to see the injuries and
They just
stuff.
added more heat to the defense.
That's also late in this year. We don't know how things are going to pan out. But I mean, from sitting here where we are now,
Shit, if
Well,
they
the
did what
question
they
is,
did
are they
last year.
real? Yes, they're
no,
real.
they're real.
Yeah, the
that's-
Eagles are definitely
They
real.
was the healthiest team last year, just about.
Yeah.
That's why they won. That's why they won.
All right, week 14. Finally, our first game against Green Bay at Green Bay.
Yep, we win.
Damn, y'all played Green Bay in the last 4 games twice.
hmm Last year the Bears didn't play a division opponent till week 11.
Yeah, I know. I seen that.
That was
that's what I
crazy.
was. That's what I was getting at. How about talking about the splitting of the division? Is because if you remember last year, it was up until like week 7. All 4 teams from the NFC North, if it would have stayed the same, we're going to the playoffs.
It's the best division in
It's
football.
crazy.
It's
So
the
that's
best
why
division in football.
I already looked at the schedule. We had talking about schedules with you.
It's the
so
best division last year.
That's what I've been
It
thinking
was.
about.
I think it will be. Dude, if the Vikings get a real, like if he's healthy and he's ready to air it out, that's the best division in football.
I personally think whatever that what that is, the NFC North with the Eagles.
No, NFC North with us. NFC East with the Eagles.
I think they might compete this year for the best division.
With the Giants?
Maybe. The Giants
No.
just suck so bad.
I'm just saying. I think they can have 3 teams that can carry it.
Who did the Giants get at QB now?
They
They brought in a couple guys.
Because I think
Russell
Eagles,
Wilson, and who
Commanders,
else?
and
Yeah,
Cowboys
is
gonna have a good year.
Oh, Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, yeah.
And wait, Daniel Jones, did he go to the Oakland?
Yeah. No, Daniel Jones went to Indy.
They got that boy
Yeah,
Dart.
oh, that's who it is. Daniel.
Yeah.
Hey,
They got that boy Dart. What's his name? Dart. That went to the Giants.
is that
Yeah, you guys got Daniel Jones week 1 in Indy. You don't have
I
Anthony
ain't worried about
Richardson.
him.
Daniel
Danny
Jones is
Dimes.
better than Anthony
Well, you might have
They
Anthony
about the
Richardson. though.
same.
You don't know. It is about the same guy. It
You
is
said
one's
that
a little bit more
You said that
athletic.
was like,
I
oh,
don't
Daniel
know.
Jones.
An-
Nobody ain't
Anthony-
we call him Vanilla Vic.
Hey, Anthony Richardson is worse
Boy, if he
than
wouldn't have
Justin
fell
Fields.
though on that run he had when he was so
Oh, yeah.
excited.
That's what we call him, Vanilla Vic, bro. He like Vanilla Vic, dog.
So wait, what do we say about Week 14 at Green Bay? I think that's probably a loss.
No, I think we sweep Green Bay and Detroit this year.
That would mean the Bears were 2-0 at Lambeau in 2025.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be 3-0.
I think we
only
got
played
over the
once.
hurdle and they're like, bro, come on, guys.
All
Like
right.
that was it. Let's do this.
Let's go Week 15 Cleveland. I think that should be a win.
It should be.
Should be.
But we got to lose another stupid game. Maybe that was the Vikings one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wow, they play the Packers
you got
2 out of
okay.
3 weeks.
That
So
might
you-
be your other loss.
Okay, what else we got?
There's the other one.
I'll probably know it when I hear
Yeah.
it.
Week 16, the Packers at home.
I think
I
we
feel
win.
more confident about that one than the road one.
I think
Yeah,
we
I
win.
agree.
Yeah. This is an interesting one.
Let's hear
Week
it.
17 at San Fran. They just
we
gave
lose that.
Purdy
We
all
lose
that
that.
money.
Yeah,
Well, they had to.
lose.
And,
We
and,
lose.
and who'd they get rid of? Debo? Where'd Debo go?
Oh, I love that Debo move.
Did
They
Debo go to
sent-
Cleveland?
No, they sent Debo to Washington.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Washington.
Yeah.
Well, I think that Commanders game gonna be good, dog.
It is going to be good.
I forgot about Debo going to
I'm
Washington.
hoping for
Maybe they are the
sure.
real deal.
It'd be nice to get like a 40-50 game.
That is a nasty duo. Debo Samuel and Terry McLaurin. I love Terry McLaurin for a minute. Like,
and Eckler back there going to get better in that backfield.
Eckler's
Robinson,
old.
bro,
but I think he'll be able to handle business.
Bro, he got Robinson. He don't need to do all the weight.
Yeah.
Robinson a better running back than him.
They drafted a running back, I think.
Exactly.
Let's see.
And they ain't even talking about the other little slot receiver that they got outside of McLaren, bro.
All right. We didn't finish the Bears schedule yet. All right. So 49ers at San Fran. That's going to be a tough one.
And with that last game.
They could be bad by then, though. And then the last week at home against Detroit. I think the Bears win that one because Detroit's not going to want to play outdoors on, it doesn't say the date, but sometime in January.
All right, so I got them 12-5.
Yeah, that's about where I think they'll be.
12-5, and we win the division.
I'd be happy with 10-7.
I'll be happy with that too. But this is why
I don't know if I'd be happy. I don't know, dude. And also, like, what if we make the Hendrickson move? Then what do you have them? You know,
well,
like then
different.
Are you still happy with 10-7? No, that's what I'm saying. I think it's 12-5.
But that's what looking at the schedule right now, because that's. I mean, if we look and we try to predict.
I say it every year, so everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, why do you say that every year?" But like, I'm a homer. But like, hey, I'm watching it develop though. But I'm
never hear
watching
me say we're gonna have a losing record.
Exactly. But I'm watching it develop though. I'm like, this is the first time in our lives, one, we've had an offensive-minded coach, a real one, and then two, that we actually built up a semi-decent offensive line. I just feel confident, even with a mediocre, middle of the pack offensive line.
And y'all got good receivers.
That's good. Great. Yeah, DJ
really
Moore
receivers.
is slept on.
And your boy, who else they brought over there?
Rome.
Yeah.
Rome Dunze,
Yeah,
our
and we
tight
don't know
ends.
what's happening with
Keenan Allen's still a free agent.
Keenan Allen.
He's gonna be traded.
The Bears.
Well, he need to retire, but that's a whole
we
nother
got that.
conversation.
We drafted that slot too.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Luther Burden.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard things that they're saying that Luther Burden could be so good that if DJ Moore doesn't clean up his attitude, he'll be gone.
I hate when people say that.
He was kind of a...
Who cares? Feed the man in the rock.
Little biatch last year.
They all are. All talented wide receivers. You think CeeDee Lamb's good to work with? Probably not. Like, that's their business.
Right.
That's what it's about. Feed them.
All right, so...
They're always wide open.
NFL draft. Who's going to be the biggest impact player out of the draft for this year?
Biggest impact player out of the draft, like the entire draft?
Or like,
first round?
Some of the big names, like
First
Cam
2-3
Ward,
round?
Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter. We're not going to talk offensive lineman or a tackle. Genty. Let's see. What?
He's over there. You're over there like Kirk Herbstreit.
If I got the laptop in front of me, I got to use it today.
We're breaking down NCAA
He
players
said
and stuff
Kirk
now.
Herbstreit. God damn.
I don't
I
know,
was
like,
really sitting here like, I'm gonna bow out of that conversation.
yeah, I don't know, like, what are we doing?
I mean, you don't want to talk football, or
We can, but
I mean, do we want to talk how the Cubs are 2-0 against
draft?
the Sox this year? And
Are you a baseball fan?
Nah.
I didn't think so.
I'm only a football fan, bro. I love sports as a whole, but I only watch football. I don't watch no other sports.
You watch
NFL is
NBA
life.
at all?
Nope. I don't watch nothing.
well, real quickly, Game 7 tonight.
I'll go in person.
Wait, Game 7 tonight. OKC Denver. Who wins?
I like Denver taking it home. I think playoff experience win that.
I want to see OKC win, but I have Denver too.
I want to see OKC win.
I'm with OKC.
I would love to see SGA get it.
I know it's going to be a tough one.
He's so fun to watch.
I think whoever wins tonight wins the title. Are we getting close on time?
Yeah,
we're getting close.
7-10.
All right,
We're going to have to wrap it up.
All right, real quick then. Who's your pick the click this year? Rookie of the year NFL.
Oh, man.
Oh, I like that.
Who's
Pick
your
the
guy?
click.
What's his name in
Travis Hunter?
Genty. No, Genty. I think he rushes for 1,300
For
yards.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, I think he goes 1,300 yards and 10 or 11 touchdowns. I think, dude, he literally is. Look at the size of King Henry and look at the size of him, and then add some speed to it. It's
the same size as Derrick
They're
Henry?
very similar.
He that big?
He's not the same exact size, but they're very similar.
Height wise?
He's a monster, bro.
No,
No,
height-wise.
no. Like,
Okay, I'm finna say, I know this dude ain't like
you have
no
to look him up. Look up the
6'3".
stats of those two.
I know he ain't like 6'3", but he got to be like 6'1".
Genty is probably top 5 hardest player to tackle in the
He's
league right now as a rookie.
I agree.
He's 5'9", 211.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He's
I'm
a
finna say
big
it's not
boy.
no Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's like 6'3", like
He like got
260
Austin
pounds.
Genty wide.
How big is Derrick Henry now?
So he's Elijah.
What do you mean now? What do you think he shrunk?
He lost some weight. My God, you ain't gotta laugh that hard. Damn.
Man. Derrick Henry.
That makes it worse than a joke. God damn.
I was actually a compliment to you, but
No, it's just
Big
the way
Sean
he's-
about to pass out.
No, because I know Angelo, so I know he just say it with those intentions, dog.
No,
That's
no.
what I'm saying.
He loves a good fat
bro,
joke.
listen, dog. Quick, before I go to my rookie joke, bro, we was just in Ohio last weekend, right? So it's one of the sales reps, and he just like dry funny, right? So one of the sales reps talking about like his girlfriend. He's like, yeah, man, she mad, da 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 this and da da da. Yeah, man, you know, I'm thinking about leaving her. And he just look at him and he's like, cause she got broad shoulders, bro. I fucking died laughing, dog, for like a solid 10 minutes, bro. Like I couldn't keep it in, dog. Cause I'm like, what I got to do with anything, dog? I mean, it just killed me, dog. It killed
That's
me.
amazing.
Well, speaking of broad shoulders, 6'3", 247.
That's
It's not, yeah, Derrick Henry. It's not even.
So-
Did you ever see those pictures when they had Derrick Henry next to Mark Ingram because they both went to
Yeah.
Alabama?
Oh, nuts.
And remember, Mark Ingram was like, you know, like a between the tackles.
Did you
like,
see his high school?
so-
The high
he
school
looked like
game tape?
his child.
Yeah. So
yeah. Oh yeah, Derrick Henry's high school highlights are sick.
I'm gonna reach with this one, right? And it might be kind of like very like stereotypical, but I like Travis Hunter getting Rookie of the Year. I like him with 7 touchdowns on offense, and I like him somehow, some way pulling off between 3 to 5 interceptions.
I think they're going to let him.
He gonna play both ways,
I
bro.
do think they're going to let
He
him.
gonna play
do it.
both ways.
I'm concerned for him, man, because you know what? Anyone who lines up against him knows that he's playing both ways. So I think those players all give their 110% every rip on him because eventually he's going to gas
So
out.
this is my only stipulation with Travis Hunter. He's already done it, so he's prepared for it. Like stamina wise,
Yeah, but
he's
he
already done it.
he hasn't done
Not
it
in the NFL.
level,
No, I
yeah.
agree. But he knows what it feels like.
Yeah. Well, they're saying that the talent level is what they're seeing. It's not him. His athleticism is off the charts. He would be a better corner than most corners. He'd be as talented a wide receiver, if not better than most wide receivers. But the level's so high on each end that it's hard for them to figure out if, dude, can you really play both ways?
This
at that
my
level?
gray area just based off like playing football and things like that, right? As a quarterback, you still got to respect him. So you're not just going to gun at him. Like, you're not just going to gun at him.
No, you're not.
You're not. So he going to get
disagree.
breaks.
I think they're going to go at him.
I disagree, bro.
He's a
They
rookie.
not.
They're gonna go at him.
Nah, I hear you, but I don't think.
But we'll just put it in this way. Let's say we go into Jacksonville. The Bears do. You're going to line up against Jalen Johnson when you're on offense. One of the best corners in, if not the best. And then you got to guard DJ Moore.
Hear me out. I think he's going to go both ways, but not
As a
back
nickel
to back.
slot, as a
Not
nickel
back
slot.
to back.
He'll come
though.
in a couple plays.
I come in a couple plays. I don't
Yeah.
think he's going to get off offense,
yeah,
get on
Brian
defense.
Thomas is their number one. He's not going to.
Yeah,
Hunter's not going to be the number
but
one.
I think he's going
when
to
you
get
talk about it
burned.
that way, there might be an opportunity for that.
He gonna
For
get
nickel, you're
burned,
saying, yeah.
but not like how he did in college. It ain't gonna be as soon as offense off, he get on defense. It's gonna be like, come take 10 plays off. Let's see what the offense doing. Hey, throw Travis
If they
out
put
there.
him in there in like a nickel package. that
Yeah,
makes
bro.
sense.
That's what I'm saying. I don't
But
think he's gonna
also-
go back to back. He gonna do like Deion did.
So I think Mike was on when he talks about that.
That's tough.
It's super tough.
Deion.
But it's tough in general.
no, I don't think he's gonna be as good as Deion.
No,
But
no.
Deion went both ways,
No,
but it
correct.
wasn't back to back. It was like,
But if
we
he-
need you, Deion. Go get on offense.
Now, so these are all obviously the most athletic athletes. So obviously you think about basketball, they are constantly moving, right? It's very aerobic. But if he's not going to be the number one receiver and he's not going to be the number one cornerback, there's an opportunity for that to make sense.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I think the nickel makes the most sense, come in for specific packages. But yeah, I don't think it's plausible.
Well,
I
his
don't-
holdup was
All right,
he
how about
wanted to
this?
play both ways.
Let's
like,
make a
out the
bet
gate.
right now. I will bet he plays more snaps on defense and offense this year.
No doubt.
Yeah, that's probably
Not
accurate.
even, I don't think it might even be 2-1.
I'm with you.
It'll be
I like him on defense than offense.
Yep.
I like them bringing him in on offense to
on 3 and
make
4
a
receiver
spark.
sets.
and he's gonna start on defense.
I also think
Yep.
they utilize him to draw attention off a run game.
Hands
You'll
down.
have him come in and do an audible, and it'll be a run.
You gotta respect it.
Wildcat stuff.
And then one day gonna do some little, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what Deion did. Came in on offense, ran a reverse, broke out, held it down on defense. I think Travis Hunter is more valuable on defense because he could play that corner position so instinctly. It's crazy.
I mean, think about like again, and I'm talking about someone that only does this on offense, but like a Taysom Hill. Like he's one of the most athletic, like phenomenal NFL players to play.
Yeah, but he can't play no position.
And arguably the biggest cheat code ever in the history of fantasy football.
All right, only because we have to cut this short here.
Well, 2
quickly.
years ago, hang on real quick. So 2 years ago, they had him listed as a quarterback, but he was a tight end. You could actually, in a 2-quarterback league, you could actually plug him in at tight end and receive bonus points for him playing quarterback. Yeah, and the reception stuff. So it was 3 quarterback. You just basically blow out everybody you play against.
All right, Genty, Hunter, Angelo, pick someone different.
Fuck me, man.
He don't even know who got drafted.
I'm so bad at college sports. I'll take our guy. I was like Loveland.
All right. So I'm gonna. I mean, I guess it's not really a super sleeper because he was the 3rd pick in the draft.
He's sitting there watching who's most likely to have an impact for rookie.
No, I love that Abdul. I love Abdul Carter.
50-year-old man.
I agree.
Sports with
Abdul Carter is going to be a changer. I wish Cleveland wouldn't have traded down.
Who he went to?
He's got Jay Glazer's Twitter on there.
But Cleveland could have taken him at 2 instead of doing that trade up or trade down to give up Hunter. They would have had Carter and
Garrett.
Yep. Could you imagine having those 2 on the line?
Nuts. Well, that's why I think the Eagles going to have a hell of a year again because that D-line is nasty.
And they all play together in Georgia.
Bro, it's crazy. And they drafted another Georgia player this year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That D-line, like, the Eagles might make a run for it again. I hate to say it, but I think they might do it.
I think it's I hate to say about it. They're fucking good. Like,
no, I'm just
really
saying
good.
I hate to say it because, like, the NFL ain't fun when the same team keep winning.
We're unfortunately going to have to wrap up because we got to get to the steakhouse.
Yeah, we got to go get food.
Dashaun, I cannot thank you enough for popping on the Roof Trollz, man, for doing not 1 but 2 lives with us. We'll edit it all together and we'll put it out there for anybody listening that didn't get a chance to listen to it. It'll be on the podcast.
And I'm glad this time, if you ain't watched the first time, I know y'all probably like, damn, they just sat there and talked about sports, ramping and random shit. The first episode, we got we talk good business talk, and then this is a part of the Roof Trollz that y'all didn't get to see because we do get to troll.
I'm excited to listen to it.
Talk about
I missed
other
that
shit.
one, man.
I was
like ready to talk to you, man.
Oh no, first one was good, and we was waxing, dog. We was waxing. So yeah,
I want to add one last thing. If you're listening out there and you have Dashaun's CD from back in the day,
if you went to Dean College,
I put a comment on Facebook about it. We want to get
if you went to Dean College in 2008. Massachusetts, you got the Get Right or Get Left mixtape. Holla at your boy. I give you $500 for that thing.
500.
500 for it.
Man, I'm gonna go find it. I'm going on eBay right now.
To wrap it up, guys, thank you guys for listening to the Roof Trollz. For those that weren't able to, like he said, listen to all the stuff that he was speaking about on the first part of the podcast, there is an alternative route to get that knowledge. You could always just join the Roof Hustlers program.
Amen.
Join the Roof Hustlers program. We're part of it. He hosts it. It's awesome. It's changed everybody's lives. It's great. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. As always, see you on the next one.
Yeah.